Daily word. Daily word. Yeah. Daily word. Yes, indeed. Got them up to speed. We got what they need. Yeah. Daily word. Like an eternal. My life. My life. My life. My life. Daily word. Daily word. My life. 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 Daily word. Daily word. My life. My life. My life. Yeah. What's the daily word? Daily word. 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 If they never heard, you can tell them that we here now. If they never heard, you can tell them that we here now. Most high with me, nothing I should fear now. Most high with me, nothing I should fear now. If they never heard, you can tell them that we here now. If they never heard, you can tell them that we here now. Most high with me, nothing I should fear now. Whoever got an ear, let them listen. We just don't talk about it. We be about it. All I bring is facts. Matter of fact, you can read about it. If we was on the same page, wouldn't be no need to speak about it. Got so much faith, even if I wanted to, I couldn't leave without it. Used to rock the holy clothes, now I rock the Holy Ghost. Always keep up with the read, precept, couple notes. Always keep wisdom with me. Me and her go way back. You can't be reading what I see, cause what I read don't say that. This is not a debate. This is just a relay. The fact that you stuck up in a trap, you need to escape. I'ma bring the proof, then you gon' have to choose. This a big pill to swallow. It will help you if you choose. If they never heard, you can tell them that we here now. If they never heard, you can tell them that we here now. Most high with me, nothing I should fear now. Most high with me, nothing I should fear now. If they never heard, you can tell them that we here now. If they never heard, you can tell them that we here now. Most high with me, nothing I should fear now. Whoever got an ear, let them listen. Fake talk for you. Fake talk for you. Fake talk for you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to another show. You're now listening to Debate Talk for You Radio. Yeah, what's going on, guys? That was John Boy, everybody. John Boy. Actually, he sent me that via email. That's one of the, new intros for the contest I'm having for a new intro for 2014, Debate Talk for You. Hope you guys like that. What's going on, everybody? We're back. It's definitely a big day today. It's Debate Friday. As everybody know, we're officially inside the Lion's Den. That's right, guys. We are in the Lion's Den. This is where we have the biggest debates in the world. We have to pick up the best topics, and we have two contenders debate these topics. Today is going to be a special day. I really appreciate everybody that's listening via phone. I got a number, 646-716-7320. And let me know if you like that John Boy track. Let me know if you like that John Boy track. I actually have his information in the description box. So for those guys who want to go check him out, you can go to reverbnation.com/John Boy. That's reverbnation.com/John Boy. You can also check out his Facebook page. Let me know what you thought about that particular intro. What I'm going to be doing is each and every week, as I get different music from people all across the globe for the intro, I'm going to play it live in the air so you guys can hear it. And, you guys can let me know what you think about it. Of course, let me know what you think. And like I said, whoever you guys like the most or which whenever I like the most, we'll definitely get that cracking for 2014. All right, guys. Of course, let me go through a few brief announcements. As usual, send me an email at debatetalkforyou@gmail.com. That's debatetalk4 and the letter u@gmail.com. You go to facebook.com/debatetalkforyou. That's facebook.com/debatetalkforyou. You can download the show via iTunes. Go to the podcast section, type in the search box Debate Talk 4 and the letter U, and you'll see the show pop up absolutely free. You can download this to your PC, your Mac, your laptop, and spread the word about Debate Talk for You. Once again, I highly recommend that you go to iTunes and go to the podcast section. I have it myself on my iPod. After the show is over, it automatically downloads. So you don't have to worry about manually downloading each show. It automatically happens. Once again, go to iTunes.com/Debate Talk for You in the podcast section. You can check us out on YouTube. Go to YouTube.com/Debate Talk for You. Got some videos up there to post it up. You can check it out. That's YouTube.com/Debate Talk for You. If you're on Twitter, you can check me out at Showtime DT4U. That's at Showtime. D as in David, T as in Tom, the number 4, and the letter U. For the first-time listeners out there, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome. I definitely appreciate you guys for being here live at Debate Talk for You. You know, you're tuned into Debate Fridays, but we're officially in Season 3 right now, Debate Talk for You. But check out Season 1 and Season 2. Went to the website, www.blogtalkradio.com/Debate Talk for You. All shows are archived, so you can always go back. You can check out the show at any given time, but you can also download the show. If you notice below the visual screen on the left-hand side, you'll see a link that says download. Once again, below the visual screen on the left-hand side, you'll see a link that says download. There's another easier way for you to download the show on your PC, your Mac, your laptop. Once again, you can spread the word about Debate Talk for You. And of course, if you'd like to make a donation, go to the website, Debate Talk for You, donations.webs.com. That's Debate Talk for You, donations.webs.com. All right, guys, my special guest, if you're out there, do me a favor, because we have thousands of listeners standing by. Just press the number 1 for me, and then I'll put you on the switchboard. That'll let me know that you guys are here. Press the number 1 on your phone or on your Skype. Okay, I see you guys now. There you go. Gonna get this thing started. All right, guys, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open up the chat room, of course, so you guys can interact with each other. Also, you can interact with me. Let me know what you think about this particular debate. The title of this debate: Does the moon govern the Sabbath? Once again, the title of this debate: Does the moon govern the Sabbath? And it's going to definitely an interesting topic. A lot of people have been talking about this via Facebook, via Twitter, Instagram, sending me emails about this particular topic. Does the moon govern the Sabbath? I have 2 new contenders here in the Lions Den, 2 new contenders. Basically, I'm looking forward to how the show is going to go down. All right, so let me just introduce my special guests one by one. My first special guest, he's been a member of the group called The Rod of Instruction. You can check them out on YouTube. I type it in the search box, The Rod of Instruction. Also, you can check out the other channel, The Rod of Instruction 315. Once again, that's The Rod of Instruction, and the other channel is The Rod of Instruction 315. The Rod of Instruction is made up of 5 members: Ben Trey, Brother Kev, Sha'ala, and Aaron Clayton. What's going on, guys? He studies at Syracuse University. He got his liberal arts degree. He's been studying the Bible for about 13 months, representing Syracuse, New York. This is Sound Mind. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Shalom, shalom. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound loud and clear, brother. I hear you. Loud and clear. All right, man. So what's going on, man? Anything you want to tell the world before we get this thing started?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell the world to get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a lovely debate tonight. Should be real good, real edifying. So just get your pens and pads ready. Get your iPhones out, your Androids, whatever you take notes on. If you're in the car, you don't take no notes. But if everybody up, you're sitting down listening, hope you have a good show. And thanks for inviting me.
That's right. I appreciate you being here live on Debate Talk for You. And my next special guest, representing Detroit, Michigan, he's proclaimed to be African Hebrew Israelite, studying for a numerous amount of years. He's a former Pentecostal minister and a gospel musician. You can check him out on Facebook. He's currently taking finals in college, but still, he made the time out to come on Debate Talk for You to debate this topic. And I really appreciate my brother here. This is Yasha Ben Yishrael. What's going on, brother? I appreciate you, man. What's going on?
Shalom, shalom. How you doing, Doc? Everything all right?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty good.
I just want to say peace to the family. I had a hard time getting on, but now that I'm here, we can get this thing cracking.
right. Anything else you want to let the world know before we get this thing started?
The world. I'll let the world know what they need to know once they get started. That's what needs to be known.
There we go. We're going to get it cracking in a few minutes, my brother. Definitely appreciate you being here on Debate Talk for You. For the first time listeners, of course, we're going to go to the debate format so you guys can know how this particular debate is going to go down. Check out the format. So here we go. Of course, we're going to start off with the opening statement. That's going to be about 15 minutes each. Once we get to the 2-minute mark, you're going to hear this sound. That means there's 2 minutes left of your time. And once we get to the time is totally up, you're going to hear this sound. That means your time is up. After the opening statement, we're going to have a rebuttal. That's going to be 10 minutes each. And after the rebuttal, we're going to have the cross-examination. That's going to be 10 minutes each. Now, each person has prepared several questions to ask one another. Give your opponent ample time to answer questions. However, if the person asking questions is not satisfied with the answer, give him any replies and move on to the next question. The person on the receiving side being asked questions, please save your questions for this cross-examination time. No foul language is permitted on Debate Talk for You. That's an automatic disqualification. Please refrain from excess name calling as well. That's another grounds for disqualification. We keep things professional here at Debate Talk for You. Of course, I'm going to do my best to moderate the situation, make sure nobody's speaking over one another, and please speak one person at a time so myself and the listening audience can gain full understanding. I repeat, please speak one person at a time so myself and the listening audience can gain full understanding. After the cross-examination, we're going to have a 5-minute intermission break. After the intermission, we're going to have a second rebuttal. That's going to be 7 minutes each. And after the second rebuttal, that's my favorite part of the show, the public Q&A, where you, the listening audience, will call in with your questions and your comments. My calendar number is 646-716-7320. That's 646-716-7320. Just in case you guys didn't know, you can also call in via Skype. If you have issues via phone, you can use the same number, 646-716-7320. Once you call in, you got to press the number 1, and I'll add you to the conversation. Of course, I'm going to ask my listening audience, please show respect to my special guest, as well as special guests show respect to the listening audience. Of course, no foul language is permitted by the listening audience as well. That's going to be an automatic disqualification for the people that's out there in the listening audience. So please keep it clean. And of course, keep your comments brief to the high volume of callers. And we're going to get this thing started. And after that, it's going to be the final statement. That's going to be 7 minutes each. All right. Well, being that I spoke to both brothers, Brother Yasha is going to actually go first with this particular debate. Once again, I'm going to get this timer ready. And once again, definitely feel free to call in with your questions. If you know you're going to have a question, you can actually call in right now. If you know you're going to definitely have a question and secure your spot. Once you press the number 1, I'm going to go down in order and receive your questions later on. So if you know you're going to have a question, you can definitely press the number 1. And when we get to the public Q&A, I'll definitely go down in order and get your questions in a proper manner. All right, guys. So let me get this radio check. Hold on for 1 second. All right,
I have a question for you before. Yeah, I have a question for you before we get started. You say that's 2 15-minute sessions. Am I correct?
Yep, 2 15 minutes. Yep.
All right. We can let it roll.
All right, you got 15 minutes, brother. Go ahead.
I like to go to the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter and the 7th verse. The 14th chapter and the 12th verse, excuse me. And I'll be reading from the King James Version, and I'll be reading from the Hebrew Tanakh, or the Torah. And I'll be reading and translating from Hebrew, and I'll be using both the English and the Hebrew language and multiple sources around me to be my proof. Okay, when I go to Isaiah, the 14th chapter, starting at verse 12, it reads, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the thrones of God, above the stars of God, excuse me. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." Now, in comparison to the Hebrew scriptures here, right here in the part where it says, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation. In Hebrew, that reads Ra'asab Baha Mo'ad. The word Mo'ad there is key there. See, we see and learn here that this word Mo'ad is a mistranslation. I mean, the word Mo'ad in Hebrew actually means to be appointed. You know, an appointed time or a time to be fixed. It does not mean congregation. The congregation is only as a result of the fixed times. In the Strong's Concordance, number 4150, we have the word Mo'ad, which comes from a primitive root called Yawad. This word means by agreement or by appointment, by implication, keyword by implication, to meet or assemble or to agree, to make an appointment, an appointed time, a set time, an appointment, an example of fixed time or season. As we can see here, continually throughout this definition has something to do with time as opposed to the gathering of a people. So we see right here that this term congregation is a mistranslation from the Hebrew word here that we call Moadim or Mo'ad, which actually means to be appointed. So what we find here is that Satan has created a system where he actually wants to be over the Most High God. And what he is doing, he is dealing with the appointed time here, the Mo'ad. See, Satan wants to be over the Most High here. So we go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis, the first chapter. In Hebrew, I'll be reading from the Tanakh here, from this particular passage here. In the Tanakh, the first chapter, in the let's start at verse 16. It said, God made two lights, or Yahweh made two lights, the greater light to dominate the day and the lesser light to dominate the night and the stars. And God set them apart in the expanse of the sky to shine upon the earth, to dominate the day and to dominate the night. Now, what I'm doing here is reading the English side here. If anyone has the King James, they can read what the King James says here. But the Hebrew version here, where it says in the King, where it says it should dominate the day and the night, the King James version says that it shall rule the day and the night. In Hebrew, it says Lama Mashal Hayom. Lama Mashal Hayom Raket Ha-Mo'adim or Ha-Mo'ad, which basically means to rule. The root word in Lama Mashal is Mashal, which means to rule or to govern. If you look in your Strong's Concordance and look up that particular term, you will find that the word Mashal means to govern. Right here in the original Hebrew, it is specifically telling you that it is these lights that are to govern our time. The word Hayom right here, we see Hayom specifically means the day. But the word Yom itself does not literally mean day in Hebrew. It means time. You know, so when he says it shall rule the day, it also says that the sun and the moon, these greater and these lesser lights, shall rule the time. The Yom is the time. Then it goes further, it says Walela, and it shall rule the night as well. The night is Layla. In Hebrew, it means the twisting. If we go further and read further down, we will read how the Most High said that it was for the he used the Moedim to let us know the day and the years. Okay? Now, when he said the day in the years in Hebrew, the term day is yom, which means time in Hebrew. Also, years mean is the word ashab. Is the word the word for year in Hebrew literally lets us know that the earth shall return, because the same word shub from Hebrew simply means to return. So when we talk about the earth in itself returning, the word year shana shub, it talks about the returning of the earth around the moon and the sun. You know, the twisting and the turning, the word Layla within itself. Now, if we go to the book of Psalms, the 104th chapter, and the 4th verse, the 104th chapter and the 19th verse, I'll get to it. I'm going through it in the King James Version here. Psalms 104:19. This here King James Version is a mistranslation. And it lets us know specifically what the Most High wanted us to do. In Psalms 104:19, it says he appointed the moon for the season, and the sun knoweth is going down. Now, in Hebrew, it particularly reads, Asa is only 3 words. Asa, Yara, La Moadim. 3 words. Now, how did you get all of this out of 3 words? Asa, Yara, La Moadim. Asa, in the Strong Concordance, number 6213, the definition for Asa is to do or to make or to advance, to appoint, to have or to take charge of, to govern, to keep, to observe. The word Yarak means the moon. Okay? La is 2 or 4. Moadim is his appointed time or his fixed days or his days of his feast. Okay, so now let's use the Hebrew translation and translate it according to the word Asa, according to the Strong's Concordance. Now, we can get several different definitions, and though none of them coincide with what goes here in the King James Version. According to the King James Version, according to the Hebrew version, Asa, Yarak, La Moadim can be translated as to keep or to observe the moon appointed time. It can mean to keep the moon for his fixed times. It could mean to govern the moon for his appointed times. It could mean to have or take charge of the moon for his feast days. And it also can mean to observe the moon for his assembly. Now, when we look at the chapter in the book of Isaiah, where it talked about how Lucifer wanted to set himself above the assembly, we see that the word assembly is moadim, which is its fixed times, not the word for assembly meaning to congregate. Because I have 3 Hebrew dictionaries around me right now at the moment, and the word for assembly in Hebrew is kahal. The gathering of the people is kahal. It is not mo'ad. Mo'ad, the only assembly of the Mo'ad is for the purpose of to observe the moon's feast days that the Most High had set apart from the beginning of time. And I'm done.
All right. Once again, you're now listening to Debate Talk Free Radio. Entitled this debate: Does the moon govern the Sabbath? Does the moon govern the Sabbath? Once again, the number is 646-716-7320. That's 646-716-7320. I want to thank the international listeners out there that's checking out the Debate Talk for you all across the globe. Some places is nighttime, some places is actually morning time. Once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in live at Debate Talk for you. We're still in the opening statement part of this debate. So right about now, we're going to go to Sound Mind, who's going to have 15 minutes each, or 15 minutes for himself to break down his perspective on this particular topic. Let me open up his phone line. Let me set the timer, and you can go ahead.
Thank you, John. And once again, thanks for the listening audience for listening in. All right, so the topic of debate tonight is, does the moon govern the Sabbath? And according to my understanding of the scriptures, the moon does not govern the Sabbath. That's my stand. I believe that the Sabbath is every seventh day of the week, according to Yahuwah's calendar. And for the Gregorian calendar, which we are under right now, which will be called Saturday, is also Yahuwah's Sabbath. Because Yahuwah's Sabbath was set up from creation. Yahuwah created the Sabbath for us, as his only begotten son, Yahushua, said, the Sabbath was made for you, and not you for Sabbath. So, with that being said, I want to go to the book of Genesis. I want to go to the book of Genesis, and I want to go to chapter 1. I want to go to Genesis, chapter 1, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for times, and for seasons, and for days, and years. So as you can see, the lights in the heavens is how we tell our time. All right, verse 13. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And God made two great lights. The greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. So as you can see, once again, the stars, sun, and the moon was all created. Verse 18. We'll skip to verse 18. To rule over the day and to rule over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. Verse 19. In the evening and the morning was the fourth day. So, as we can see, the fourth day, God created the moon, the sun, and the stars. Not the Sabbath. Once again, Genesis 1:19. In the evening and the morning was the fourth day. Not the evening and the morning was the Sabbath day. God didn't create the Sabbath yet. He didn't rest yet. But he created the moon, he created the sun, and he created the stars. All in the fourth day. So right here, this is the fourth day of the week. Now, let's go to Genesis chapter 2. Let's see when Yahuwah created the Sabbath. We're going to start at verse 1. Genesis chapter 2 and 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he had rested the seventh day from all his work which he had made. So as we can see in Genesis chapter 1, he made the lights, the sun, the moon, all on the fourth day. He didn't rest on the fourth day. I repeat, he did not rest. Again, he did not create the Sabbath on the fourth day. The moon was created on the fourth day. According to the lunar Sabbatarians, they believe that the moon governs the Sabbath. Well, according to Genesis chapter 1, the moon does not govern the Sabbath. Because if it governed the Sabbath, Yahuwah would have rested on the fourth day. Yahuwah did not rest on the fourth day. He continued creation for 2 more days. The fifth day and the sixth day. He continued working. He didn't stop working on the fourth day. He didn't stop after he made the moon. He didn't rest. He didn't say the fourth day will be a Sabbath. Once again, Genesis chapter 2, verse 1. The heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made. And he rested the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he had rested from all his work which he had made. So right here, Yahuwah is giving us a sign. He's giving us a count. He's giving us the Sabbath, the seventh day after he had finished all his work. Not the fourth day, not the first day, not the fifth day, but the seventh day. He rested and he sanctified it and set it apart. So according to the lunar Sabbatarians, God's not doing something right. Because according to them, after the moon, you work 6 days, and then you rest the seventh day. That will put you on the 11th day. The 11th day of the month so far. But God didn't rest on the 11th day of the month, and he didn't stop to rest on the 4th day of the month. He continued to work the 4th day and rested the 7th day. That is the foundation of which creation is established. 7 days. And the 7th day was rest. Now, let's go to Exodus. Exodus chapter 20. moment. We're at Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Let's get another witness. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall work meet. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord. Thy God in it thou shalt do any work, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. That's two witnesses. The seventh day. Not the fourth day. The moon was created on the fourth day. The new moon at that. It was the first moon. It was the newest moon out. It was created that day, the fourth day. And right here in Exodus chapter 20, it says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou work, and do all thy labor. So, again, another witness, the seventh day of the week. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 5. Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 12. Keep the seventh day to sanctify it, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy ox, nor thy ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor the stranger that is within thy gates, thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as thou rest. So as we can see, everybody is supposed to rest on the seventh day, not the fourth day. And this is the debate. It's clear as day. But this debate is not about what's written. This debate is more of pride, more of doctrine, more of what I have been taught is correct, what you have been taught is not. But as Christians, Hebrew Israelites, God's word is the final and ultimate authority. Some say the King James, some prefer other translations, that's fine. The 66 books, you got those, you're on the right path, you're on the right track. So as you can see, 3 witnesses to the Sabbath. 6 days shalt thou work and do all thy labor, and the seventh day is the Sabbath. All right. Now, let's deal with the moon. So, Moon Sabbatarians believe that the moon appoints the Sabbath. Let's actually see what does the moon appoint. Because the moon is for something. Don't get me wrong. The moon is important. But is it important for the Sabbath? Let's find out. Let's go to, no, I don't want to go nowhere right now. Let's get the definition of the word moon. We're going to go to the Strong's Concordance and get the definition for the word moon. In the Strong's Concordance, the definition for the word moon is Hebrew 3394. Pronunciation, Yarich. From the same as 3391, the moon. Okay, so as you can see, there's one specific word for moon. Now let's see what the specific word for moon is. Let's see what another, hold on. Actually, let's go back to Genesis, because if brother went to Genesis, he went to seasons, and he said the Moed is appointed for appointed times. Let's get the definition of Genesis. The Hebrew word 4150 is Moed, from 3259, properly an appointment, that is a fixed time or season, specifically festival, conventionally a year, by implication an assembly, as convening for a definite purpose, technically the congregation by extension, the place of meeting, also a signal, an appointed beforehand, appointed time, place of solemn assembly, congregation, set solemn feast, appointed due season, solemn synagogue, time appointed. So as we can see, the word Moed is for appointed times, and also for seasons, and for years, and for months. The moon. The moon is for months, not weeks. We're dealing with the weekly Sabbath. We're dealing with a 7-day continuous cycle from creation. Yahuwah set it up from day one. The Sabbath was set from day 7. Now, let's go to Isaiah 66. Since we know that the moon now is for months and not for weekly Sabbath, let's go to Isaiah 66. Isaiah 66 and 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come worship before me, says the Lord. So as you can see, there's a separation here from the moon and the Sabbath. The Sabbath is separate from the moon because it's a weekly cycle. The moon is for months. The beginning of the month, when the light starts, the first light starts to come through the moon, that's the new moon, which is also a solemn day, a high holy day. But is it the weekly holy day? No. Let's get the definition for the word Sabbath in Isaiah 66 and 23. It's the Hebrew word Shabbat, intended from the Hebrew word is 7673. An addition that is specifically the Sabbath, every Sabbath. Let's get the definition for the word moon in Isaiah 63. Isaiah 66 and 23. Again, Isaiah 66 and 23. And the definition for moon is the Hebrew word H2320 Kodesh, the new moon, by implication, a month, new moon. Not weekly Sabbath, not Sabbath, but Kodesh, by implication, a new moon. The moon is for months. And here in Isaiah 66, there's a clear distinction between the moon and the weekly Sabbath. Because he says, from one new moon to another shall all flesh come to worship. And from Sabbath shall all flesh come to worship before me as well. So as we can see, there's a difference between the moon and the weekly Sabbath, which was established from creation, the seventh day of the week. All right, let's go to Leviticus 23. We're going to be in here a lot today, folks, so be prepared. So it's coming. Leviticus 23. We're going to deal with these appointed times that moon Sabbatarians say that the moon governs. All right, Leviticus 23:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. All right? Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord and all his dwellings. So as you can see, he names the Sabbath first. He never says it's a feast day. It's a weekly Sabbath. And all right, let's go to verse 23. Let's go to verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord. So after verse 23, where he says 6 days shall not work and I'll do all that labor, then he gives the Sabbath. In verse 4, the separation is right here. These are the feasts of the Lord. The Sabbath was already named. Now he's going into the feast days from verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. And their what? Their seasons. That word season is the Hebrew word Moreh. Brother is absolutely correct. The moon is for some appointed times. Some of those appointed times are the feast days and the high holy days of the new moon, or the new moon day, as our Hebrew forefathers used to rest upon and used to observe. So the moon does appoint some things, but the weekly Sabbath, it does not appoint. Thank you.
All right, once again, you're now locked in to Debate Talk Free Radio. The title of the show, Does the Moon Govern the Sabbath? Does the Moon Govern the Sabbath? The number is 646-716-7320. That's 646-716-7320. I see people already pressing that number 1. That's good, to securing a spot. So when you get to the public Q&A, they can ask their questions in order. Once again, if you know you're going to have a question, make sure you press the number 1, because we have a lot of people that's pressing number 1 right now. So if you want to secure your spot to be heard live on Debate Talk for you, press the number 1, and I'll definitely go down in order and take your questions. All right, so right about now, we're in a rebuttal part of this debate. That's going to be 10 minutes each. We're going to go back to Yasha Ben Yishrael. Let me open up the phone line. Let me set up the timer, and you can go ahead, brother.
The brother is talking in circles. He is saying that the moon don't appoint the time. Then he says the moon do appoint the time. Then he says he said seven. The word Sabbath is seven. Then when he went to the dictionary, the word was Shabbat. And the word Shabbat is seven. Sabbath is not seven. You cannot go to a store in Israel and ask for Shabbat apples, Shabbat tipara. You can't ask for Shabbat apples and get 7 apples because Shabbat do not mean 7. For it means an intermission. It means to cease. It means to rest. Now, if we go to Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, in the 35th verse, according to the Hebrew Tanakh, it says, "Thus saith the Lord, who established the sun for light by day, the laws of the moon, and the stars for light by night, who stirs up the sea unto roaring waves, whose name is the Lord of hosts. If these laws should ever be annulled by me, declares Yahweh, then and only then would the offspring of the children of Israel cease to be a nation before me for all time." Now, what's key here is that the book specifically says that the moon has laws. We see that in Psalms, the 104, that it specifically says in Hebrew to allow the moon or to take charge or to have charge of the moon to govern the Sabbath. It is clear that the English came from the Hebrew and not the other way around. So the Hebrew takes precedence here. Now, when we talk about the laws of the moon, or the ordinance of the moon, the laws, the governance of the moon, did you not know that every quarter moon, the very seas, oceans, and it's called a neap tide. And this tide, it causes all of the waters around the world to be at rest, according to the scriptures. See, the scriptures will tell you. The scripture will tell you about the signs. The scripture word, he said the signs that are in the heavens, the signs that are governed by the law. One will say that the book does not say that, but your English book, which is very mistranslated, does not say that. The Hebrew book does. And if you are a Hebrew, you should go by what the original Hebrew book says. You know, the brother says things like Shabbat meaning 7, and it does not. In fact, the scripture basically right here in the book of Jeremiah told us that when we stop allowing the moon's laws and ordinances, you know, we stop taking charge of them, then when we see it to be a nation. Did you not know that the same Hebrew word for captivity is the same word for Shabbat? Why is that? Because when we fail to keep the true Shabbat, we immediately fell off into captivity, because any nation or people that governs the time simply governs the world, governs the people. The Most High knew exactly what he was doing. He told us to look into the heavens, because those were the signs, the that's what it said that they were in Hebrew, the signs. You know, he said that they exist in Hebrew. It says that they exist in the heavens for signs to let you know who and what governs the day and the night. What governs the time and the twisting. The twisting of what? The twisting of the earth around the moon. The return of what? The year. The return from around the sun. This is the oldest system of time that has been recorded. You have in the oldest Jewish encyclopedias, you have these people specifically stating that the moon governed the original Sabbath. And it was by the hands of the Roman Catholic Pope Gregory who changed this. See, what you got to understand is that your Sabbath is only the seventh day according to the Roman system of time, which is a planetary system of time that has never been in line with the moon, sun, and the stars. It's been revolved around Saturn, which is Baal, which is Satan worship. Did you not know that Rome was called Saturnalia? No Hebrews prior to Rome ever had an observance to the Sabbath. The Sabbath is Kadash, meaning set apart. The Most High Sabbath cannot be the same day Sabbath as Baal. I'm done.
All right, once again, you're locked into Debate Talk Free Radio. The title of this debate, does the moon govern the Sabbath? Does the moon govern the Sabbath? You know the number, 646-716-7320. My special guest is Sound Mind and Yasha Ben Yishrael. All right, right now we're going to go to Sound Mind with his rebuttal. That's going to be 10 minutes. Let me open up his phone line. Let me set up the timer, and you can go ahead, brother.
Okay, thanks again. Tip for all of the listening audience. Here's a tip if you ever really come on debate talk to you. Please use all allowed minutes that you have to defend your standpoint. Because if you don't, it will only hurt you in the end. Again, tip if you ever come on debate talk to you, please use all of the time allowed to get your point across. So, in this rebuttal, we're going to deal with a couple of things the brother said. The brother said the moon is for signs. I don't disagree with that. The moon is for a sign. The moon dictates the months. That's how we know when a new month is. That's how we know when we keep our feast days, by the moon. I don't disagree with that. He went to the Hebrew word Ot, H226, if I'm not mistaken, sign. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4 and 15, please. Again, Genesis chapter 4 and verse 13. Now, I don't know if the brother knew this, but the word sign and mark is synonymous. You don't believe me? Let's find out. This is Genesis 4:15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Let's see what that word mark is in the book of Genesis, chapter 4, and verse 15. Again, that word mark is, bear with me, I'm on my eSword. Here we go. That word mark in the Hebrew is Ot, probably from H225, in the same sense appearing a signal, as a flag, a beacon, a monument, prodigy, evidence, mark, miracle, ensign, token. God put an Ot on Cain. Ot is synonymous with sign. It can be used as sign as well. The Hebrew word is H226, as the brother said. It's right, it's a sign. But that's just the Hebrew word, the sign. Cain had a sign. Cain had a mark. Brothers and sisters, the moon does not govern the weekly Sabbath. Once again, the moon does not govern the weekly Sabbath. Cain had a sign. The moon is a sign as well. Now, the brother went to the Jewish encyclopedia and said, one of the oldest Jewish encyclopedias say that the Roman Catholic Church changed Sabbath. Well, I'm not praising this capitalistic system or none of the colleges within it. But the college I go to, the Turkish University, we are not allowed to cite sources without giving dates and references to those sources. Now, if the brother would like to give us a date for that oldest Jewish encyclopedia with that passage in it, I would like for him to do so, because he says he's a college student as well. But the Jewish encyclopedia that I've read up on and actually seen that same thing was from the 1700s. That's not that old, brothers and sisters. The 1700s. The Jews was keeping Sabbath way before the 1700s. And there's tons of historical references, tons of sources that claim this as well. Now, he is right. The Roman Catholic Church did try to switch to Sabbath. They did. And you can find this in the, one second. And you can find this in the book of Constantine and the Council of Nicaea in 321 AD changed the Sabbath to Sunday. The Jews were keeping what we properly known as Saturday, which was the 7-day Sabbath, because we know that the Roman Catholic Church worshiped the sun, and the venereal day of worship was the first day of the week, Sunday. They had a god for every day of the week in their pagan worship. But just because man perverted the seventh day does not mean it takes away God's seventh day. Creation was first. Nothing predates creation, brothers and sisters. The seventh day of the week is the Sabbath. Okay? Now, in 321 AD, way before the 1700s, Constantine tried to change the Sabbath to Sunday, when the Jews were keeping Saturday, to try to integrate the churches because the pagans and the Jews was not getting along. So he tried to switch the day and he made the government make one day of rest for everybody, which was Sunday. But that didn't stop the Jews from keeping their 7-day Sabbath, as the Romans would say, Saturday. You know, man perverts a lot of things, brothers and sisters. Don't get it wrong. I'm not taking up for the Roman Catholic Church. I'm not saying what they did was correct. I'm not saying what they did was right. But they did it anyway. There's nothing we can do about it. It doesn't change the fact that the Most High set up his 7-day weekly cycle from creation, from the beginning. Nothing predates that. Nothing predates creation. Again, nothing predates creation. The 7th day of the week is the Sabbath. All right? So I dealt with that Jewish encyclopedia nonsense. I dealt with that I dealt with that Saturday. All right. Now, let's go to, let me get my notes here. Let's go to Leviticus. Let's go to Leviticus 23 again. We're going back to Leviticus 23, ladies and gentlemen. I told you we're going to be in here a lot today. This is key to knowing the Most High Sabbath, knowing the Most High holy days and feast days and things of that nature. Because, as you said, the moon is a sign for these things, and I don't disagree with that. I agree 100%. The moon is a sign, and the moon does appoint some Sabbaths, not the weekly one, though. Again, the moon appoints some Sabbaths, not the weekly Sabbath. For example, in verse 5 of Leviticus 23 and 5, in the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover, and on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The Lord, for 7 days, you shall eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have a holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days, and 7 days of holy convocation ye shall do no servile work therein. So as we can see, on these feast days of the Most High set up the Passover, 14 days, to do no servile work. Now, let's go to verse 17. Let's go verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after the seventh Sabbath, ye shall number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Ye shall bring out your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenths, that ye shall be of 9 flour, that shall be taken with leaven and the other. So, this is the Pesach count. The Pesach is the Pentecost count, 50 days. Then 7 times 7 is 49. After the day, which is the 1, that's your 1. So you got 1 plus 49 equals 50. There's your Pesach count right there. 50 days after the Sabbath. So, from the lunar Sabbath period understanding, the Sabbath is from the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th day of the month. How did they get that count? I have no idea. But sometimes the doctrines that be out here, there's no explanation for them. It's just off the wall. But as we can see, first let's start off with the count. 8, 15, 22, 29 is 7 days. I have no disagreement there. But once you get to the 29, you got to go back to the 8th. So if you was to count 30 days in a month, let's just say 30 days in this moon cycle. There's the 29th day, there's the 30th day, you have the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and 8th. That's 9 days. 9 days until your next Sabbath. You're missing a Sabbath somewhere there. Either you're missing a Sabbath or you're not supposed to be keeping the Sabbath on the 8th, the 15th, the 29th, and the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th day. When the brother gets a chance, I would like for him to tell us his Pesach count, his 50 count, because for some reason it's not lining up with the scriptures when you keep the Sabbath based off the moon and not 7-day cycle that the Most High established from creation. Thank you.
All right. The number is 646-716-7320. That's 646-716-7320. For all the people that just joined into the show, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. The title of the show, Does the Moon Govern the Sabbath? Does the Moon Govern the Sabbath? My special guest is Sound Mind and Yasha Ben Yishrael. All right about now is the cross-examination part of this debate. Now, this particular part of this debate, each opponent has prepared questions to ask one another. Of course, I ask my special guest to give your opponent ample time to answer the questions. However, if you're not satisfied, you can give a minute reply, or then we're going to move on to the next question. And please speak one person at a time so the listening audience and myself can gain full understanding. All right, so let's start off this cross-examination with Brother Yasha asking questions to Sound Mind. Let me open up the phone lines, and Yasha, you can go with your questions, brother.
Truly, I don't have no questions for the brother, because to ask questions signifies that I'm not certain. I have no questions for him.
All right. Well, Sound Mind, you want to ask questions to the brother? We can move on.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh, is my turn? Okay. All right. Brother Yasha, can you please explain your Pesach count for me and the listening audience?
Can you explain what?
The Pesach count, your Pentecost count, your 50-day count from
it is the same as yours. Because actually, see, your count goes by the Jewish count, which goes by the Jewish calendar, which goes by the Jewish moon. See, so by going by the Jewish moon, all of your feast days fall in line with the moon. Every one of them, Aki. It is your feast day that is Sabbath. That is the only one that is your Sabbath, indeed. That is the only thing that is out of sync with the moon. You ask me, where do I get my Sabbath being on the 8th day of the moon, not month? Because the month is a European concept. The word month did not exist. For the word month is actually, the word of month itself is word moon. When we go back to the laws and the ordinances of the moon, everything is in the cycle of a 28, 29-day cycle of the moon. Even the woman's menstrual cycle, which is determined by those same rays and walls of the waters that Jeremiah talked about. Those same waters, the gravitational pull from the moon, controls the woman's menses. That's why her cycle is called the menstrual cycle pertaining to the moon. Hello?
That sounds like that.
Are you willing to explain your 50-day count to the listening audience?
I just explained it to you. It is the same as yours. It's the same as you explained it. What more do you want from me?
Y'all want to move on.
You want something different? What is different is not the 50-day count, my brother. What is different is the Sabbath.
Hold on, Yasha. The brother say you want to go to the next question. All right, so go ahead, Sound Mind.
Okay, thank you. Well, just for the record, the brother did not want to do his Pesach count for the listening audience, but that's fine.
I gave it to you, Aki.
We can move on. I'm moving on. I'm getting to my next question. Trust me.
You see, like a lie. I gave it to you. It's the same as
Brother, lead us somewhere. I asked my question. You said you don't want to.
I'm not running.
You said you don't want
to the next question, Yasha. He's going to move on to the next question. Go ahead, Simon. What's your next question?
All right. So, can you show us in the scriptures where the Most High said, "You shall keep the Sabbath from moon 6 days after the moon"? Can you show us anywhere in scripture where it reads, "You should keep the Sabbath 6 days after the new moon"?
6 days after the new moon.
Yes.
Okay, 6 days after the new. Okay, if the new moon would be day 1, 6 days after the new moon, what day would that fall on? Would that fall on the 8th day?
No, that was
yeah, okay. I'm not going to ask you no questions. I'll tell you. 6 days after the new moon will fall on the 8th day, according to Hebrew cosmology, I.T. You said it because you said it, the 8th, the 15th, and I'll show you a scripture. Let us go to that Leviticus 23:39. It says, "On the 8th day shall be a Sabbath." Then we go to Exodus 16, what must be understood that you won't find no man in the scripture prior to Exodus 16 keeping the Sabbath. Moses was the first man that the Most High gave the Sabbath to, and he gave him the Sabbath on the 15th day of the moon. Or the month. Because even you said the Hebrew moon and month is the same. You see? Okay. So on the 15th day of the moon, hold up, let me give it to you. On the 15th day of the moon, then the Most High told him, "For 6 days shall you gather the manna." That's 6 days. On the 7th day you shall rest. 7 days after that.
Okay, brother. Thank you. Now, can we go to 1 Samuel, please? Since you believe that 6 days from the new moon is the 8th day, let's see what the Hebrews actually thought about this in the scriptures. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 20. We're going to go to 1 Samuel chapter 20. We're going to read verses 1 through 5. 1 Samuel chapter 20, verses 1 through 5. "And there appeared to be there a man of Baal, whose name was Sheba, whose name was Benjamite, and he blew a trumpet and said, We have no part in David, neither have inheritance in the son of Jesse, everyone to his tent of Israel. So every man of Israel went up after David and followed Sheba, the son of Barak, but the son of Judah, the son of Jerusalem." All right, let's just go to verse 5 real quick. Keep all that. "So Amasa went to assemble the men of Judah, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed." Now, let's go to verse 24.
I didn't get that. Could you repeat that? I didn't hear the relativity there. Because you're supposed to be asking me a question, not preaching to me.
I'm sorry, my brother. I'm in 2 Samuel. I'm sorry. I was in 2 Samuel. I wanted to go to 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 20. And this is going to prove that the Hebrews didn't use the 8th day as the count. They're going to prove that the count. And you have to include the new moon in the count. It goes new moon, day 1 of the month. That's the first day of the month. And the Sabbath is the 7th day of the month. Not new moon, skip that, eliminate that, and start counting 6 days from the word. No, that new moon,
Sabbath is not the 7th day of the month. It's not the 7th day of the month. It's the 7th day of the Hebrew week, Aki. That's your man lying to the people telling them that it's the 7th day of the month. Nowhere in Hebrew cosmology have Hebrews ever had the day of the month.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 20 and verse 5. "And David said unto Jonathan, Behold, tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with the king at meat. But let me go, that I may hide myself in the field the 3rd day at even." Now, let's go to verse 24. "So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat him down to eat meat. And the king sat upon his seat, and at the other time, even upon the seat by the wall, Jonathan arose and sat by the southern side of the palace. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that the day thought something had befallen him. He is not clean, surely he is not clean. And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the 2nd day of the month, and David's place was empty, and Saul sat as Jonathan his son, where cometh not the son of Jesse to eat meat, neither yesterday nor today." So as we can see in 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 5, was the first day of the month, the new moon. and the Hebrews counted it as a day of the month, which is the first day of the month. And the Sabbath is the seventh day of the week. Now, I don't know what he was telling me. You following?
You should be asking me instead of telling me, because your job is to ask me questions. Your job is to tell me.
The first day. You have to include the new moon. It's the first day. You can't skip it. It was 7 days.
Your job is to ask me, not to tell me, bro. You telling me. See, that's me.
I asked you now.
But you didn't ask me. You didn't ask me.
Trying to edify the listening audience. And you,
the brother can give a minute reply, but yeah, you also got to ask questions as well, Salman. Yeah, you got 2 minutes left.
all right, I was trying to ask questions this whole time, but the brother kept going on.
You trying to talk some crap, man. You ain't asking no questions. You're trying to split your phone.
Yeah, she's jumping in, brother. It's got to be one at a time. Go ahead, Salman.
Thank you. I was trying to explain to the listening audience this whole time while you kept yapping during my time that for the new moon is counted as the first day. You can't skip it. It's a 7-day cycle. He skips the first day of the new moon and goes right on and counts 6 more days and end up on the 8th day. That's not how the Hebrews that's not how the Hebrews understood it. The first day of the new moon is the first day of the month.
Are you going to be asking me questions?
Yes. I'm trying to explain first. It takes time to explain.
It just takes some time to explain. You had that earlier. You're supposed to be asking questions, bro.
My time, brother. You skipped your time for asking questions. Thank you.
You didn't even rebuttal what I said.
Brother.
You trying to say something else, bro.
Can we go to Leviticus 23, please? Let's go back to Leviticus 23. Let's go to Leviticus 23, verse 37. Leviticus 23:37. Now, you shall to the Lord, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocation, to an offering made by fire unto the Lord, and a burnt offering and meat offering, and sacrifices, drink offering, everything upon this day, besides the Sabbath of the Lord. Now, let's go to the Strong's Concordance.
All right, time is up. Once again, you're now listening to Debate Talk Radio. The title of this debate: does the moon govern the Sabbath? Does the moon govern the Sabbath? Once again, my special guest is Salman and Yasha Ben Yishrael. So far, it's been a controversial classic debate. I know you guys are enjoying this particular debate. You're taking down your notes. All right, guys, we're going to have to take a 5-minute intermission break. We're going to take a 5-minute intermission break. But right after that, we're going to get into the second rebuttal. That's going to be 7 minutes each. And after that, my favorite part of the show is the public Q&A, where you, the listening audience, will chime in with your questions and your comments. While down on the number 646-716-7320. I see people already pressing number 1 that's eager to ask questions or comments. Definitely stand by. I'm going to go down in order and take your questions. So if you know you're going to have a question or a comment, feel free to press that number one and reserve your time, reserve your space, because, you know, a lot of people ask questions at this time at Debate Talk for you. So once again, we're going to go into a 5-minute intermission break, guys. Stand by. We'll be right back after these messages.
Never allow the possibility of your heart desire to trouble your mind, whether it is success or happiness, because your mind is a powerful machine that is very capable of manifesting anything that it conceives and believes in. Become more enlightened about life in the subconscious mind by visiting quoteswiththemind.com. You are only as strong as the thoughts that constantly dwell in your mind. Therefore, never allow any negative belief about your abilities in life to be granted shelter in your mind. Edmund Ndiaka, quoteswiththemind.com.
Holy greetings to you all. This is Minister DeAndre from the Disciples of Christ Bible Ministries Incorporated. This ministry is about bringing forth the true, uncut word of God. We are about empowering, teaching, loving, impacting, and bringing lost souls out of spiritual darkness into the marvelous light. We pride ourselves on keeping and teaching the commandments of God and the faith of Yahushua HaMashiach, commonly known as Jesus Christ. We are reaching out to make more disciples of Christ through the power and anointing of the Holy Ghost. You can find us on YouTube at Disciples of Christ 12 or email us at thedisciplesofchrist12@gmail.com. Peace and blessings to you all.
Too Cute for You Children's Boutique is a true children's boutique, carrying the trendiest clothing lines for infants to size 6. You'll love our gift registry, whether you need a gift for your child, grandchild, birthday, or baby shower. TooCuteForYou.com can assist. Back to school shopping doesn't have to break the bank. That's why TooCuteForYou.com offers 20% off your first order. Just use coupon code NEW. We have all new fall arrivals and all summer and spring items on sale. So hurry while supplies last. TooCuteForYou.com is your number one place for your children's needs. So please be sure to visit us at www.4you.com.
This is Sal Showtime, host of the very popular online radio show, Debate Talk for You. Once again, taking this time out to thank each and every person out there for tuning in from Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, by going to the website, www.blogtalkradio.com/Debate Talk for You. This one goes out to all the sponsors out there. Those people out there that want to sponsor the show, make sure you send me an email at debatetalkforyou@gmail.com. That's debatetalkforyou@gmail.com. Just leave your contact information, and I'll get right back to you as soon as possible. That's the people tuning in each and every week to the show. So once again, if you'd like to be a sponsor, send me an email at debatetalkforyou@gmail.com. That's debatetalk, the number 4, and the letter U @gmail.com. See you guys next time. This is Sal Showtime, host of the radio show Debate Talk for You. I just want to take this time out to thank each and every person out there for coming on and tuning in each and every week from Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Checking out the most popular show on Blog Talk Radio in the spiritual section, Debate Talk for You Radio. I'm going to need your help, guys. This season, we're trying to take things to the next level. In order for us to do that, I'm going to need your support, your help. You need to go to www.facebook.com/debatetalkforyou. That's www.facebook.com/debatetalkforyou. Make sure you hit the like button. Once you hit the like button, that's going to show the masses and the people that we're talking to, interacting with, that we have a strong listening audience out there that supports the show each and every week. I know you guys can do that and show your support, guys. I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Once again, that's facebook.com/debatetalkforyou. And tell a friend about the show. That's www.blogtalkradio.com/debatetalkforyou. Let them know about it, spread the word. This is Sal signing off. See you guys next show. Okay, we are back. Once again, you're now listening to Debate Talk for You Radio. Welcome to the Lion's Den. That's right, you're inside the Lion's Den, where each Friday we have the classic debates, and people tune in all across the globe, all over the world, listening to Debate Talk for you. And we're getting closer and closer to the public Q&A, guys, where you, the listening audience, will call in with your questions and your comments. That's my favorite part of the show. Everybody know the show is definitely about the interaction with the special guest. So the number is 646-716-7320. All you got to do is press the number 1, and I'll add you into the conversation. If you're listening overseas and you're having trouble calling in, you can use Skype to call in. Use your Skype, go to your computer, use your Skype, and once you dial the number, just press the number 1, and I'll add you into the conversation. We already have a lot of people that already pressed the number 1 that's standing by. I'm looking forward to going down in order and taking your questions and your comments, hearing what the people got to say. But right about now, this is the second rebuttal part of this debate. That's 7 minutes each, and after that will be the public Q&A. So let's get this thing started. Let's go to Yasha Ben Yishrael. Let me open up his phone line, set up the timer, and you can go ahead, brother. 7 minutes.
My first part of this, I had went and used what I had, just some little research and notes and things. I'm just going to go off the top of the matter. The truth of the matter is this. The moon governs the Sabbath. They say that the moon does not govern the Sabbath, and the scriptures does not say that. But when the Most High gave every messenger and every prophet the word, he gave them the word in Hebrew. And he did not give them the word in English. It is a known fact that the Hebrew takes precedence over the English. And all throughout the Hebrew Bible, it supports the moon governed Sabbath. Nowhere in the world can you come up with Saturday being the Sabbath other than the Gregorian calendar. If you remove that calendar in that system of time, you have no way of deciphering whether that was the Sabbath or not. Truth be told, Jesus did not use a calendar. Moses did not use a calendar, and none of the Israelite prophets ever used a calendar, because the calendar is a byproduct of the Roman government, okay? The Roman system of telling time. In fact, the month itself was not ever governed by the moon, according yes it was. The very first Etruscan Empire was governed by the moon. But when the Romans came in, the Romans developed with Julius Caesar, they had a whole different system of telling time that went around the sun, and it also went around a planetary worship, a system that they adopted from the Babylonians. The truth of the matter is that the calendar itself, the word calendar comes from the word Chaldeans, which is how the calendar system back then was divided into 3 parts of the month. In the middle, you had the Chaldeans, the Ides, and the Noons. That constituted the month. The middle of the month was the moon. This is why the middle of the day today, in the same Roman system, is called the moon. You see? So you had the Ides, the Noons, and the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans became the name in which the system that we know as calendar come from. The Hebrews did not use that system of telling time. The Hebrews they predate the Romans, so they did not use the Roman system of time, nor did the Romans adopt the time from the Hebrews, because originally in the Roman calendar, Saturday was not the Sabbath day. Saturday was the first day, and Emperor Constantine took it from the first day and dropped the 8th day from the 8-day cycle and placed it at the end of the week, making Sunday the first day. So truthfully, Saturday he made Saturday the 7th day. Saturday was not the original Roman first day. I mean, it was originally the Roman first day. It was not the original Sabbath. That's what Constantine did. He took Saturday from the first day and placed it to the 7th day and dropped the 8th day. And you still want to keep going by these people's system of telling time. Even in the time that they have today, they extract an hour, they take an hour, they add days, they take days. This system is set up by the Roman pontiff, which is called the satyr, which is the Roman papal bull. The bull and the satyr, which is Pan, which is all the same as Ra, time. They had all ancient Afro-Asiatic told time about the moon. Every society on planet Earth told time about the moon, except for the Romans. After the Romans gained dominance of the earth, the Pope became the leader and the dominator of the earth, and he is the one who Daniel prophesied and talked about that's going to, in the future, change times and seasons. And he did just that. He didn't attempt to. My man said he tried to. He didn't try to. He didn't do it. Shabbat means rest. It means to cease. You wonder why there's extra days out there? Because you don't understand the Afro-Asiatic system of telling time. You cannot adapt when you go to the scriptures a European mindset to an Afro-Asiatic. You can't adapt that to an Afro-Asiatic book of white man's mindset. You can't do that. For the laws of marriage is not the same. Israelite laws of marriage is not the same as American laws of marriage. So adultery is not the same. The Sabbath is not the same. Nothing in Israel is the same. Go ahead.
All right, once again, you're now listening to Debate Talk for You. You have now entered into the Lions Den. Once again, the number is 646-716-7320. That's 646-716-7320. Well, right after the second rebuttal, guys, we're going to go to the people, go to the listening audience. I see a lot of people already pressed that number one to ask their questions or their comments. But definitely can't wait to get to you guys, to hear what you guys got to say about this particular debate. Once again, for those people that just joined in, the title of the show, Does the Moon Govern the Sabbath? Does the Moon Govern the Sabbath? And for those first-time listeners out there, the show is archived. So if you missed any part of the show, you can always go to the website, which is www.blogtalkradio.com/debatetalkforyou. You can even download the show below the visual screen. On the left-hand side, you see a link that says download. Okay, guys, let's get to the second rebuttal. Once again, let's get the sound on. And after this, guys, it's the public Q&A. So if you want to secure your spot, you can call in, press the number 1, and I'll definitely get you in order so we can hear what the people have to say about this particular debate. Let's go to sound on. Let me open up this phone line, and we set this timer up, and you got 7 minutes, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Listen, audience, the Bible is the ultimate authority. We can't go back into time and ask David, does the moon govern the Sabbath? We can't go back into time and ask Moses, does the moon govern the Sabbath? We have to go by what is written. We will be judged off of what is written. This is what we have. This is the word of God. Now, with that being said, let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 20, as I tried to do before, but this time I got my time and he can't interrupt. 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 5. And David said unto Jonathan, behold, tomorrow is the new moon. Tomorrow is the new moon, which means day 1. New moon, new month, day 1. And I should not fail to sit with the king at meat, but let me go, that I may hide myself in the field unto the 3rd day at even. All right, so keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. New moon, new month, new day, day 1. Now, skip to verse 27. And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the 2nd day. The 2nd day, that means 1 Samuel chapter 5, verse 20, verse 5, the new moon was the 1st day. That David's place was empty, and Saul said unto Jonathan his son, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to me, neither yesterday nor today. So he didn't come on the 1st day of the month, the new moon. He didn't come on the 1st day. He didn't come on the 2nd day. The creation was established